Okay. So, hello everyone, this is me Harshal aka Viraj, and today we are going to build our next sections. So, first of all, I would like to tell you that we have posted our website here. So, let's go to that URL fit-grocery.varsal.app. Okay, here you can visit. And here in the profile section, we have these two sections. Okay, we have built these two sections. And today we are going to build the rest section. That means my orders. Here you can view your orders. And then we have address section where a user can add their own address. They can add their own address with this form, and their addresses will be shown. Okay, their addresses will be shown. So here you can see that, yeah, user has their own address. And if any user wants to delete their address, I have given a delete button also. Okay, so this is all UI stuff, not from backend. Okay, so if I click delete, it won't work because this is the only UI part, front end part. Okay, so if I click this, you can see that, yeah, I am getting a form, and similarly, and same. Okay, so also we need to build the legal notice. So I'll just pass some random text in the legal notice section. So there's some random, I guess, some random text which which I've taken from a website. Okay, so I'll be using this text, and you can add your own legal notice page, terms and conditions page, and so on. Okay, so now I would like to continue. And okay, so what I'll do is, this was the part which we have covered. And by the way, this UI, you can see that this is in a column, right? And here you can see that they are in a row. So if you want to change this, then definitely you can, but yeah, it's fine. Hi Amit, how are you? So yeah, that's how we'll be doing. So we'll be covering the legal notice, my orders, and the address section today. I'm good, Amit. So let's begin. And one more thing, I'll show you that how you can access the source code. You just need to type github.com/virajj014. This is my GitHub profile, and in the you can follow me here. And in the repository section, we have Fit Grocery repository. Okay, so you can also mark it as a star if you want. And if you want to search, you can search the name here. Okay, so if you want to search, you can search Fit Grocery directly. Okay, so you'll find this. Hi Amisha, how are you? All right, so this is the whole source code for last 14 days. Okay, this is, I guess, this is the 15th video. So you can check out the last 14 days video source code. And also, if you want the videos, I'll show you the playlist, how you can access them. Okay, so here you can see, by mistaken, I have opened the incognito mode. Anyways, so in the playlist section, here you can see that we have reactjs projects. Okay, in the channel Geeks for Geeks Development. And here all the videos are available. Okay, all the previous videos are available. So this is day okay, this is day 16. My bad, I forgot. So this is day 16, and I guess, yeah, this is day 16, surprisingly. All right, so the source code of last 15 days is available in my GitHub repository. Okay, and you can also check out this playlist for previous videos. Long time no see. Hey, hey, I am actually uploading videos almost regularly, but some of you are not consistent. That's your problem. Anyways, it's good to see you all. So now I'll start my VS Code, and I guess I have opened the code here. Okay, so this was the last day's code. Okay, last 15 days, and now we'll be building the next sections. Okay, so what section we will build today is, first of all, I'll be targeting this my order section. Okay, my order section. So let's go to the user sidebar. Okay, here you can see that we have account settings, great. We have change password, great. And now we'll be building my orders section. Okay, so you can either write my orders between this or anywhere you like. Okay, the order doesn't matter. Okay, so I'll be just first of all taking you to, suppose in the URL right now, you can see that in last video we also discussed this. Here you can see that in URL we have your orders. This is the final code which you'll get after this video. Okay, this is the final UI, and this was our UI which we have covered till last day. Let me clear you with the confusion. Okay, so here you can see that if I click on my orders, my URL has your orders. Okay. Similarly, in legal notice, my URL has legal notice. If I click on account setting, my URL has account settings. So basically, I am targeting the URL. I have simply passed that if my URL contains account settings, then show account settings page. If my URL has my orders, that means if I click on my orders, change my URL to your orders. And if my URL contains your orders, this section will be visible. So it's like if I click on address, address will change the URL to address, and then this section will show address. Okay, that's the logic. Okay, that's the flow. It's a triangle. It's a love triangle. Okay, so similarly here in our code we have done the same thing. So now we'll be focusing on the my orders section. Okay, so first of all I'll need to create the my orders section. So how can I do that? It's your orders actually, but yeah, I'm calling it my orders, so same thing. Okay, so here you can see that first of all we need to create a container inside which we can show our orders, like this your address container, like this your orders container. Okay, so we'll be creating this container. Okay, so here in the again in the user profile section, I need to create a file named as yourorders.js, yourorders.js. Okay, yourorders.js. And right now I don't have any orders because this is only the front end part, but I'll be passing a array which you can assume that it's coming from backend. Okay, so if anybody is trying to merge backend, they can do it very easily. Okay, so right now we are focusing on the front end part. So, but I'll be using the array so that you can merge later on, replace the array with your own data later on. Okay, so this is a shortcut which I have from the extensions which I am using. Okay, so which extension was this, by the way? ES7 plus. If you install ES7 plus extension from extensions pack, you'll find this shortcut RAFC. Okay, so here I would like to say that first of all there will be two parameters which I'll be taking. So I'll say that one parameter will be user ID. Okay, I'll be taking uh, let it be. Right now we don't need these parameters. Okay, so I'll be just removing them because it's fine. And one more thing, I need the CSS. So I'll just say your orders dot CSS. Okay, fine. I guess it's fine. And then we are cool. And I need to show this inside which section. Here you can see that we have created user sidebar. Okay, we have created user sidebar. And actually in the user profile section you can see that I had one section user sidebar and the other section is the right one. That means this one, this is the right one. So I'll say that if in I'll say that if my browser has your orders text, then I'll activate the your orders component, your orders section. So I'll say that if active page equals your orders, then I'll be showing what your orders component. Okay, that's it. So let's see that if it works. So in our page I'll be just simply, okay, I need to open it first. I haven't started it. Okay, so I'll just start it with npm start. In port 3001 it will be started. Okay, so yeah, in port 3001 our today's source code is started. So here we'll be visiting the profile section, and here you can see that we had two sections, but suppose if I call your orders now. Okay, your orders now. So here you can see that I am getting the your orders component. I'm getting the your orders component because I called it. I said that if my active page is equal to your orders, okay, is equal to, please watch last videos if you don't know what is this active page, because I have explained very briefly and step by step approach how are we creating this logic. Okay, so you can watch the last videos first if you are not understanding this logic. This logic was done in the last video. All right, so here you can see that if my URL contains your orders, then I'll be showing the your orders component. Okay, your order component is simply having text, this text. Okay, right now it has this text, so we are getting the text. And what if I want the same in user sidebar? Suppose if I click on change password, this URL changes, right? Similarly, I'll be creating a button. I'll be creating a button which changes the URL to your orders. Okay, so just here, I'll just copy this for now. Okay, and I'll paste things here. Okay, and instead of this I'll say your orders. Okay, and here I'll just give it a text of your orders. Okay, and similarly I'll change this to your. This was also done in last videos, so please check those videos if you haven't. Your orders. Okay, your orders, your orders. Fine. So you can see that if I click on this button, it will take me to the your orders page. That means the active component will be your active page will be your orders. Okay, so once the active page is your orders, here you can see that it will show your orders component. Okay, so in the sidebar, I'm actually calling the URL. So yeah, one more thing, I actually need to change it to your orders. And I guess we would need an icon also. You can see that I have given the same icon. So what was the icon? You can see that here I have given the cart icon. So how can we get the icon? Simply visit hero icons. Okay, and here I can say cart. So I'll find the cart icon, copy JSX and replace it with yours. Okay, that's it. Okay. So that's how you can get icons very easy. You don't need to import anything, just copy paste. Okay. So here you can see that we are getting your orders. So if I click on this, you can see that I'm getting the your orders component. That means we are halfway there. Now we want to build this component. That means we are going to build this page, this your orders page. Okay. So that's the part which we are going to focus now. All right. So guys, if you have any doubts, you can mention that on the live chat. And if you want to contact me, you can message me on Instagram. So let me show you my Instagram handle so that you can message me there directly. Just a minute. Okay, guys. So this is my Instagram profile. Yeah, that's me. So you can message me there if you want. All right. So now we can continue with the your orders section. So this will be basically a table. This will be a table where I'll be showing my orders. Okay, I'll be showing my orders. For example, you can see that my orders are available here. Okay, this is some sample data which I am showing. This is the final source code, and here you can see the final UI has some things like this. So we need the same in our page. Okay, so here you can see that we have the orders total and separate kind of fields. So I'll be showing the logic. How am I doing this? Like if it's delivered, it will be green. If it's on the way, it will be red, and it will be orange or yellow, whatever you like. And if it's you can say cancelled, if it's cancelled, then I'll be showing the red icon. Okay, so similarly, very same logic can be applied from backend and built backend like this. Okay, so you can see that it's very good, and I'll be doing the same. And if I click on view, you can show the order details if you want, but right now I haven't created it because it's not important right now. Okay, so maybe in future if I get an extra video, I'll be creating the orders page. Okay, extra page. Okay, so here you can see that we have some fields, so we'll be creating the same fields. All right, so now what we have to do is in your orders, first of all, I'll be just giving it a class name of your orders. Okay, class name of your orders and a heading of main head one. Okay, so just give it a class name of your orders, and then let's give it a heading of main head one, which is common in my CSS. Okay, I've used the same class everywhere, and its CSS is available here. It's available here, so you can make a common CSS heading like this. Okay, so it's used everywhere. And once I visit my page, you can see that I'm getting this. Okay, fine. Now after this, what do we need to do is we need to create a table. So I'll be just simply creating a table because this page, this component has nothing except this table and heading. Okay, so you don't need to get, you don't need to pass extra classes. Okay, so here you can see that first of all, we need to give it some heads. Okay, some heads, that means table headings. So that will be done inside the T head. Okay, okay, sorry, THEAD. Okay, T head. Now inside this, there will be a row. Okay, in the row, I'll be showing my th th as first th will be order id. My order id will be displayed. Okay, whatever order I have placed will be displayed here. Similarly, I can say that date will be shown here, and similarly the status will be shown here, and similarly the total will be shown here, and simply the action will be shown here. Okay, action, that simply means that if I click on view button, this will be container for view button. Okay, so all right, so now what you have to do is, here you can see that it has a heading. Okay, it has headings. Similarly, I'll be creating some sample data which I want to show in this table. Okay, so I'll say const data equals, I'll just leave it as blank right now, and inside this you can call data from backend and pass it to this array, but we don't have backend, so we'll be simply passing dummy data inside this one. Okay, so for example, I'll say that my first order will be of, suppose, ID, order ID 1. Okay, you can actually make it 1 2 3 4 5 or something like this. Okay, so it's all upon you, it will be your order ID. And similarly you can pass the date. Okay, similarly you can say that the status is delivered and the total is 1,000 rupees. Okay, so that's how you can create multiple orders, and I'll be just uh, passing some random values, and these suggestions are basically coming from GitHub Copilot extension. So if you want to use AI tools, you can, but uh, nobody should. If you know the code, then definitely you can, because it's saving my time. And I'll just say its status is, suppose, on the way. Okay, on the way. And similarly, okay, let's make it on the way. And similarly, I'll be creating my third option. Third option will be what? Some ID and some date, and let's say its status is delivered. Okay, and then again I'll say, I'll show a cancelled one also. Okay, so I'll say that my status will be cancelled for the fourth one. I guess this is the fourth one, right? Yeah, fourth one. So cancelled. So I have actually set up four orders. This current user has actually placed four orders till now, and there are some status, some ID. Okay, that's it. That's what we wanted to show you. Okay, so this is some sample data which I have created, and you can call similar data from backend. All right. So here you can see that we have t head. Similarly, we'll be showing the t body. Okay, t body, and in t body, very simple. You just need to map this data one by one. That means the first row will be having this, second row will be having this, third row will be this, fourth row will be this. Okay, why am I creating table? Because table will be easy to make responsive, and you can see that it looks very systematic. Okay, so you can create a similar table like this. All right, so in the t body section, I'll say that map my data array. Okay, coming from backend or wherever you want, and here I can say that return a row one by one. It will be returning rows one by one. Okay, so my first row will be a tr. Okay, and I'll just say that its unique key will be index. It requires, because we are using a mapping function, so it requires a unique key. Okay, so here I'll show you can see, first of all, we need to show an order ID, then date, then status, then total, then action. Okay, similarly we'll be doing that. And I actually want to change the total, because suppose the total for this is around 1600. Okay, similarly the total is around 2000. Okay, similarly the total is around 100. Okay, 100. All right, so that's it. And now what we'll be doing is, inside this, first of all, I'll say that my order ID, uh, again, inside this I'll be showing my td. Okay, TD, and I'll be showing the ID. Okay, so here you'll be able to see that we are getting the ID, order ID. Similarly, we'll be showing the date. Okay, so date will also be coming from the same object. You can see that each object has date key value parameters. Okay, so here you'll be getting the date. Okay, you'll be getting the date. And similarly, very easy. Creating table is damn easy, and once you understand tables, your half work is done, because they are very much responsive, helpful in responsiveness. Okay, so item date, and then I'll say that I want to show buttons. I actually want to show circles, that if it's delivered, I can say that it will be some orange color, and if it's delivered, it will be green color. If it's on the way, it will be you can say that it will be orange, and if it's cancelled, then I'll show a red dot. Okay, so similarly here I can say that create a p tag. Okay, I'll say that if item dot status item, uh we can actually do one thing. what can be that thing is hmm, very easy. So here I can say that I will be creating my p tag here, very simple p tag. Okay, right now I'm not creating dot, I'll be creating dot later on. So here I'll be just showing the status. Okay, so item dot whatever is the status is inside status parameter. Okay, so here you can see that I am getting the status. Similarly, I'll be showing the total. Okay, I'll be showing the total, and similarly I'll be showing the button on which you can perform anything. Okay, so I'll say that yeah, here I'll be getting a button, and let's give it a class name of main button one because we have common css for that in app.css. Okay, so view button. Okay, so here you can see that I'm getting the view button. Okay, fine, and I guess that's it. And now we can continue with the table logic. And one more thing, I'll say that if my status, one more thing, I'll do one thing. I'll just copy this, and here I can create a span tag. Okay, span tag. And here you'll say that if item dot status, instead of this, I can say, okay, I can say that if item dot status is item dot status equals delivered, delivered. Okay, if status is delivered, then I actually wanted to show the green dot. Okay, so I'll say its class will be green dot. Okay, if it's delivered, it will be showing green dot. If it's on the way, yellow dot. And if it's cancelled, it will be red dot. Okay, very easy. Okay, so we'll be creating dots for that. But yeah, that was what I wanted to show you. Now we'll be working on the css of the same page. Okay, so make sure you have imported the css here, your orders.css. So import your orders.css. So now we'll be working on the css part of this page. Okay, so now here I'll say that some bike riders. Okay, so here you can see that we have your orders. So I'll say that your orders is basically I want things in center. Okay, so I'll say that your orders, I want things in center. Okay, so display flex first of all, and then flex direction as column. And here you can see it's normal. You can see that yeah, the space is here, but I want to do one more thing. Flex direction is column right, and I'll say that the aligning items will be center, so the things will be in center. You can see that the things are now in center. And what else is, I'll say that the width is 100%, and I want the same height as 100%, height as 100%. That's it. And then I'll say that it will have some padding from each side. Okay, and then I'll say that the position is relative. Okay, we'll be using this later on, that's why position is relative. So you can see that I'm getting some padding and everything is in center. Okay, so now I'll say that my table will be actually having a width of 100%. Okay, I want my table to have width of 100%, and my table will be taking whole width, you can see. And then I'll say that the border collapse is collapsed because I'm going to assign a border. Okay, so border will be, you can say that RGB, and let's give it a color of 207. Similarly, I can say that the color will be 207 and 207. That means the gray color. Okay, gray color 207. So here you can see that yeah, it has some border. Now what I can say that the height of this table will always be 100 pixel. Okay, let's see that if it works for 100 pixel. We'll see that. Okay, and I want the border radius of 5 pixel. You can see that 5 pixel. And let's say that if the overflow is hidden, that if things go outside this page, the overflow will be hidden. If I have too much of data, the overflow will be hidden. Okay, and how can I test that? I can just copy this and let's paste it. Okay, so it will actually overflow my data. So for that I can do one thing. I'll say that my height will be, let's see what happens with 100 pixel. Okay, nothing happened here. Okay, let's see what's the background color. Okay, it's actually taking the whole page. Okay, All right, what I did was actually the height is 100%. So I'll say that the height is 100 VH. Okay, so 100 VH, you can see that, yeah, the overflow is allowed, but I'll say that the max height. Okay, let's see that if it works or not. Okay, it's not taking the height. Okay, I need to check it. I'll see that what's happening with the height. And if I say that overflow is hidden, overflow is hidden. And yeah, actually the overflow is hidden, but the table is actually not like this. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. Let's show everything. Okay, let it be. So I'll just say that the whole data will be shown. You can see that the whole data is being shown, and I'll say that the height will be complete. Okay, so it will be the complete height, whatever are the number of products in my cart. Okay, in my orders. Okay, so it's fine. It's fine. So you can see that, yeah, we are pretty much there. And what else do we need is, I'll say that my row tr row of every tr will be having some border and some border radius. Okay, so you can see that every tr has some border and border radius. Okay, so I've given it some border from each side, and since the border collapse is collapsed, that's why it's looking fine. It's looking fine, you can see. All right, so what else do we need is, I'll say my th headings, my th, okay, th tag will be simply having some padding from top and from left and right. Okay, top and bottom and left and right, then some border, then I'll say some border radius, and then I'll say that the background color is gray, and then text color is dark gray. Okay, so here you can see, yeah, text color is dark gray, and then everything is fine. All right, so after this, what do I need is, I'll say that my TD present inside the TR will have same design. You can see will have same design. Okay, so here you can see that, yeah, they have same design, and you can actually decrease the padding if you want. You can say that if I make it 5 pixel, you can see, yeah, it has some less padding. Okay, fine. And now what else is, I guess this extra is because of the P tag. We'll see that what happened with the P tag. Now I'll say that my button present inside the TD, button present inside the TD, that is the view button, will be styled different, a little bit different. You can say that I've given it some padding from top and bottom as 5 pixel and left and right 20 pixel. So now you'll be able to see that it's much smaller, and it has taken the proper table. Okay, now I have the proper table. Okay, similarly I'll say that the whole body, suppose let's see that the whole body has a maximum height of 200 pixel. Let's see that if it works or not. Table T body, and I'll say that the height is around 200 pixel. Okay, let's see. And the height is around 200 pixel, and I'll say that the overflow is scroll. Okay, maybe this is because of the CSS which we have imported from. So let it be. I don't want the scroll now since it's not happening. So why don't I would have to remove the bootstrap. Maybe that's because that's the reason. Okay. So now we can do one more thing. I can say that if I have the green button, okay, green dot. So I'll say that in your orders, I'll say green dot. Okay, green dot, and let's say that it has a width of 10 pixel. Okay, 10 pixel, I guess the name is same, green dot. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can see that it has green dot. Okay, so in your orders, green dot, I'll say that the height is again 10, and then I'll say background border radius will be 50%. That means it will be a circle, and then I can say background color will be green. Okay, and let's see. So right now I'm not able to see the green dot. Why is it happening? Because what's the reason? Uh, I guess the name must be, you can see that I've given it a class name of green dot. Okay, class name of green dot. Similarly, I'll be creating yellow dot, and let's see what's happening here. Okay, your orders dot yellow dot. Okay, similarly, yellow dot will be having the color of yellow, and okay. Maybe there is some issue with this container. Let's see. And similarly, I'll be showing the red dot. Okay, so in your orders, I have the red dot. Okay, red dot. And I'll say that, yeah, it has a red dot. Okay, what happened here is that if the status is this, all right, all right. So I have done one thing. Okay, if the status is this, it's delivered, and if it's not, it's okay, fine. And I guess the name is also same. Okay, name is also same. So let's see what can we do here. Maybe this is because of the p tag. Okay, so we'll be targeting the p tag now, and I'll say that if my table, I'll be targeting the p tag inside my table. How can I do that? Guys, just a minute. I guess the problem is with the content. Okay, so let's say that if the content is some blank, it's not taking the content. Why is it happening? I'll say that, okay, let's assume that if I am getting this, let's pass the whole thing. The p tag inside the p tag inside the p tag. Okay, let's see. Nothing happened. Okay, if I target the p tag and make it flex, display as flex. Okay, so now it's visible. Okay, it was the flex problem and now it's working. Okay, luckily it's working. So I can say that the align items will be center. Fine. And one more thing, I actually want some if I say that the gap is around 10 pixel, I guess it must take some gap. Okay, so it has taken the gap, and actually I don't want these colors. I actually want orange color instead of yellow. So I'll pass yellow color, orange color here, and some light red color. It's too violent. Okay, so some light red. Okay, so you can see that, yeah, these icons are here, and you can use your own colors if you want. But yeah, you can see that according to the status, the color is here. Okay, the color is here. And what I'll do is one more thing. I'll say my p tag will also be styled. Where is the p tag? I'll say that suppose the font size is 16 pixel. Okay, fine. Let's make it 14 pixel. Okay, and then I don't want any margin because of bootstrap it has some margin, so I'll say that margin bottom will be 0. Okay, so any margin in the p tag is now gone, and you can see, yeah, it's looking way cooler now. All right, so you can see that this order section is completed. And one more thing, I actually want to show a dollar sign or rupee sign here. So here you can see, okay, here I'll just show the dollar sign since it's available in my keyboard. So here you can see that the total is also available here this way. Okay, I guess this is looking fine. And if you want to change this UI or something, you can definitely change it. All right, so similarly after this, what do we need to do is we need to create another section for address one. Okay, for the address. Okay, so I'll say that I'll be creating a address section. Amit is saying, I think the double equal to. No, it wasn't the double equal to error. It was just some flex problem. That's it. How to prepare for interview? Uh, give as much interviews as you can. Okay, that's the only I can say best approach, because the more rejections you face in your life, the more you are prepared for the next ones. Okay, so like if somebody is taking my reactjs interview, I'll not definitely I'll fail in some tasks. So next time I'll be not failing at those tasks. So if you think that you are bad add interviews, try to give interviews in at least small companies, because you won't lose anything if you are giving an interview in a small company, because yeah, it's fine, it's casual. Okay, so you can give interviews, you can contact companies, or you can give mock interviews, I guess. In platforms like lead code, there is some concept of mock interviews, so you can check out this. Please explain double equal to and triple equal to. It actually says that the type is also same. Like if this was a number, this was a number, okay, and this was also something like, I can say like 8, okay, like 8, okay. So this number, and this number 8 are same. This condition will be true when this if this, you can see that, suppose I can say that it is an integer, it is an integer, and this 8 is what this 8 is a string. Okay, so if I have passed double equal to, that means integer can be equal to string if both have 8. Okay, but if I have passed triple equal to, it will say that your type is not same. Okay, this is an integer, this is an string. Okay, this is a string, so type must also be same in triple equal to. That's the difference. Okay, if it's double equal to, it will only check the value. All right, so I'll just make it normal now. I hope you got the logic for that. All right. So now similarly, we are going to create the address section, very important address section, because a lot of people add their address from user profile in their e-commerce platforms. Okay, so we'll be creating the address section. So here I can just say that create a page named as, create a component named as user address, address dot js. Okay, rafe. All right. So address section is here, and in the user sidebar, I'll say that creating an address section. So I'll just copy this. Okay, I have this, so why to worry about that? Okay. All right, guys. So similarly, you can create an address section similarly. So I'll be just pasting my own so that I save some time for the further section. Here you can see that we have this address icon, some address icon, and the value. I said that if active page equals this, just show this container, s2 container. Okay, and similarly, if active page equals not address, it will be showing the s1 container, that means the non-highlighted one. Okay, so you can see that if I click on this, it will open the address route. Okay, let's see. If I click on this, it will show the address route, it will show the address route, but I haven't shown anything here. Okay, so how can I do that? Simply visit user profile, and here I'll say that if active page contains, I guess it's your address, it's address. Okay, if active page contains address, then show this container, user address container. Okay, so here you can see that now I'm able to see user address container. If I click on this, it shows this. If I click on this, it is showing user address container. Okay, so now we'll be styling this user address container. So go back to user address container, and here I'll say that we'll be first of all showing the user addresses. Okay, user addresses. So how can I show that? I can simply create a few hooks. First of all, you need to understand this first. Here you can see that in the address section, if I click on this, we are able to see this. Okay, so for that we are going to create a hook. Okay, so I'll say const show comma set show, and I'll set it as false. So initially I won't be seeing the form, I'll be seeing the saved addresses. Okay, so initially I'll be seeing these addresses, and if I click on this, set show will become true. Okay, show will become true. Okay, so we'll be doing that, and I'll say that const, I'll be also showing my saved addresses. Okay, so I'll say saved address, saved address. Okay, so in this array, I'll be calling this array from backend. Okay, this data will be coming from backend, and I'll say that this data will be some temporary value. Okay, so here you can see that this is my address one. I can also give it some ID, but let it be. Okay, similarly, I can show my address too. Okay, similarly, there is some address too, and so on. Okay, so these kind of data can be coming, can come from backend. Okay, so let's give it address 5 6 7 so that it's different. Okay, so suppose the user has saved two addresses before, so these two addresses will be saved in its profile. Okay, so we are actually getting this data. Assume that this data is coming from backend. Okay, so this is some dummy data here. All right, so here once we have this address, we need to show this. Okay, so I'll say that here here you need to do one thing. Okay, what can be done here is, all right, let's give it a class name first. Class name will be what? User address. Okay, user address. Inside this, first of all, I need to show the heading. So I'll say that my main head one will contain your address. Okay, your address. So let's see. So if I visit on my address page, you can see that it has heading your address. Fine. Now after this, I'll be showing my addresses. Okay, in the container named as division, class name of uh, address address in. Okay, address in. So inside this I'll be showing my saved addresses. Okay, so I'll say my saved addresses will be mapped something like this. Just close it, and here I can say return one by one. Okay, so I'll be creating a container and calling it again and again. Okay, so division and close this. Okay, so what I'm actually trying to do is, you can see that these saved addresses are shown. This is the my address one, this is my address two, and so on. Okay, so similarly we are going to do the same. Here I can say that give it a class name of address. Okay, address, and let's give it a key value of index. Okay, now below this I'll say that if, suppose for example, I actually want to show data something like this with separated with comma. So how can I do that? I'll be creating three spans, and I'll be showing them one by one. Okay. So how can you do that? You just need to say that span, first span. Okay, first span, span. Okay. First span will be having what? Item dot address line one. Okay, that's it. Okay. Similarly, you can pass a comma, address line 2, address line 3. Okay, so here you can see that in my page now I have the addresses. Okay, this is my address 1 and this is address 2. Okay, similarly if you pass some other address in the data, suppose you have saved some address before, suppose these data is coming from backend, so you'll be able to see your saved addresses like this. Okay, so it's fine. And now I guess I don't need to give it some class. Okay, but I actually need to create a delete button for every address. Okay, suppose if the user wants to delete that address, so I can give that user a facility to delete that. Okay, so I'll say DLBTN. Okay, so here I need to pass an SVG. So just go to hero icons and type delete. Okay, so you can pass anyone. So I'll just copy this one. I'll just copy this one. This looks nice. So I'll just paste it here. Okay, I'll just paste it here. Here you can see that this is the delete button. That's it. That's it. And I'll just close this for now. And similarly, I'll be creating a form also. Okay, I'll be creating a form. And where is this form? I'll say that if I need to pass a condition here. Okay, I need to pass a condition here. I'll say, just cut this. I'll say that if value of show is not true, that means if it's false, by default it's false, then only we'll be showing the saved addresses. If it's true, then we'll be showing the add address form. Okay, so just show this. Okay, just show this. If value of show is equal to false, then we'll be showing this container. Okay, that means if I visit my website again, you can see okay, you can see that I'm getting this. If I make it suppose if I make it true, if I make it true, then I want to show what? I want to show my container, this container. I want to show this container, this page. Okay, so how can I do that? Again, right here, I'll say that if value of show is true, then I'll be showing my form. Okay, I'll be showing my form. So again, you need to write First of all, I'll be again saying that let's give it a class name of division, class name of add new. Okay, add new, and close it. All right. So here, first of all, let's give it a heading of add new address. So h1 and main head one and add new address. Okay, so you will be able to see add new address heading. Okay, and one more thing, let's remove this. I'll say that if value of show is false, then only show this one. Okay, that's it. Okay, so that will be one if value show is false, and you can see that I'm getting add new address because of this. Okay, so now after this, create a container named as form. Okay, so I'll just say division and close this, and let's say I'll just give it a class name of form. Okay, form. So I'll be creating form here, and simple, very simple. It's like first of all I need to pass the postal code. Okay, some people actually get address from postal code. uh, all right, so we can do one thing. We can create a field for postal code. Okay, we can create a field for postal code. Suppose I'll say that my label will be having an HTML for postal code. Okay, postal code. And inside this, I'll say my postal code will be a label, and somebody will give an input of postal code. Okay, so this was the postal code field. Okay, so here you will be able to see this field. Okay, fine. Now similarly, we want to show another field which shows the address. Okay, which stores the address. Okay, new address. So I'll be doing one thing. Just cut this first of all and paste inside this one. Okay, so now I'll just paste this again, and address line 1. Okay, so the user can add their address line 1, address line 1, and similarly just close it. Si Similarly, I'll be getting address line 2. Similarly, I'll be getting address line 3. Okay, so that's how you can pass your addresses, and this form will be created. Okay, so you can see that I have this form. All right, and pass an input field here also. Now after this, I need a button. So button can be right after this form container. I want to show my button. Okay, and I'll say save. Okay, save button. All right, so once I click on this, I'll say set show will become false. So this means that if I click on this, set show will become false. And I also need to create a button here to make set show as true. Okay, so how can I do that? Right back here, open this one, and here you can see that I have done some mapping stuff. So below this, I need to create a button. Okay, I need to create a button. So let's say that if it's a plus button, yeah, if it is a plus button, okay, yeah, you can see that I'm getting a plus button. All right, so how can I style this one? Let's style this one first. Instead of this, I'll be showing a button named as address btn. Okay, address btn. How can I do that? I'll say that the address btn, I want things in center. Okay, so I'll just close this one now. I'll say that if show equals false, okay, if show equals false, then I'll be showing a plus button here. Okay, so if show equals false, then I'll be showing a plus button. Okay, so I'll say that let's give it a division, close it, and I'll give it a class name of address btn. Okay, and if somebody clicks on it, I'll say set show equals true. Okay, so this button won't be shown then. And here I want to show my plus icon. Okay, so plus icon can be shown. Add. Okay, so just copy this one and paste here. Okay, so now what will happen is here you can see that I'm getting the plus button. If I click on this, it will show me this, which if I click on this, it will show me this one. Okay, so you can see that the UI part is done. Now we'll be focusing on the uh, CSS part. Okay, the HTML part is done. Now we'll be focusing on the CSS part. So again, I'll say that the user address.css is here. Okay, so user address.css, and now I'll say that yeah, these are the lines, these are the lines. Okay, and I'll be just copying this and I'll be pasting it here. Okay, and make sure you have imported the CSS in that page. All right, so now we'll be working on the CSS, and here I'll say that the user CSS, first of all, I want things in center. Okay, things in center. So the user CSS will again have some margin and padding. Okay, some margin and padding will be zero pixel. Okay, and the width and height will be 100%, the whole width and height of the container, and then the flex direction will be column, things will be in center. So it will bring things in center. You can see that things are in center. Now I'll say that the address in will be, I want everything in flex. Okay, so here you can see that everything is in flex, and flex wrap simply does if anything goes out of the page, it will jump to the next line. Okay, now I'll say that my each address will be having a minimum height of 100 pixel, and width of each address container will be of 45%. It will have some border and border radius. Everything will be in a row, and flex wrap will be rack. That means jump to next line. Okay, it has three spans actually. Okay, it's three span tags, so it will jump span tags to the next line if it goes out of the line. Okay, so here you can see that yeah, it looks something like this. And then I'll say my delete button. My delete button will be styled. Okay, so I'll say my delete button will be positioned as top -10, and also the right as -2, and its position will be absolute. Width and height will be 40 pixel, 40 pixel, and then some padding and then some color. Okay, so make sure you have pass its position as relative. The outer container address container's position as relative. Inside the delete button has absolute. Okay, that's how it will be able to jump towards this top, towards this top. Okay, so I don't like this cross actually, so I can say that close button. Okay, I'll be using this one. Okay, I like this cross. Okay, so again in the user address, uh, instead of the delete button, I'll be showing this one. Okay, so I guess now it looks fine. You can see that now it looks fine. Yeah, now it looks fine. So you can see that yeah, I have passed this. One more thing, I actually want some gap. I want some gap. So how can I do that? I'll say that this address will actually have some gap. Okay, so gap of 10 pixel. Okay, between each span there will be a gap of 10 pixel. You can see that yeah, everything has a gap of 10 pixels, so it looks fine. So if you wanna change it, you can change it to 5 pixels. Okay, so yeah, it's fine. So now after this, we want to show the button of what? Add new button. Okay, I want to show the add new button. Okay, so I'll say that the add new button will be similar. So I'll say that the add new btn will be having some width and height, the green color background and text color as white, and some box shadow and some padding. So here you can not see that if it's gone. Okay, my mistake, I actually did a mistake. I need to make it false by default. Okay, false by default. Okay, so now we'll be able to see this. Okay, we are not able to see that why it's happening. Hmm. Uh, okay, I have given it a wrong name, so I'll just say that add new BTN. Okay, add new BTN. So now you can see that it's visible. Again, I want to change it to something else, ADD. So just copy this one and paste it here. Fine. So here you'll be able to add new buttons. So if I click on this, it will take me to this page. Okay, so now I will be focusing on this section. So add new section, in the user address, add new section. So I'll say dot add new. Okay. So my add new section will be very similar. I'll just say that the add new section, everything will be in column, and width will be 100%, and the padding will be 20. The heading and the button inside this will have button will be having width of 200, and the heading will be center. Okay, so you can see that everything is in center and the button width is 200. Okay, so now inside this we have this form group. Okay, very same as the user profile section, so I don't need to repeat this again and again. So display flex, flex direction column, and flex wrap. That means if things go out of the line, flex wrap will be wrap. That means here you can see that postal code, address line, and then in a row, if things goes out of the line, you can see that address line 2 is here, address line 3 is here. Okay, so it looks fine. And now I actually want to separate this. Okay, I actually want to separate this. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste things here, and I'll be removing this one, and I'll be removing this one, so that uh, this postal code and this address lines are separate. Okay, these are separate. If you want to do this, then you can, else you can make it normal. Okay, so that's up to you. All right, so I'll just comment this out. If you want to make changes, you can. Okay, so here you can see that now we are going to target the label and the input fields. Okay, label and input fields. Okay, so I'll say that my label and input fields will be having the same styling as the account section. Okay, so what I want is I'll go to the account section. In the account section, you can see that we have the label and this one. Okay, so I'll just copy this, and then in the user address, I'll just paste things here. Okay, so instead of account settings, control F2, just make it user address. All right, fine. So in the address section, if I click on this add, you can see that the address fields are same, and the fields are same as the account settings. Okay, so the UI is same. All right, so you can see that it's looking fine. And one more thing, I actually want to change this button inside the form group. Okay, so I actually want to reduce some padding and margin. Okay, so now you'll be able to see this. Okay, fine. So now after this, you can see that it's complete. If I click on save, you can see that I'm getting this add button. If I click on this add, you are getting this add new address. Okay, so that's up to you. You can call API once you add the address. Once you add the address, your API will be called. Okay, your API will be called. All right. So that's how you can create this UI. And I guess this was it. Now we need the legal action. Legal notice section. Okay, legal notice section. So give me 2 minutes, I'll be just completing this in a while. Okay, it's very easy section, so I'll be completing it. All right, so in the legal notice section, I'll be doing the same approach. Here what I have to do is in the, you can see that we can say that in the user profile, I'll be creating the legal notice.js. Instead of this, you could have shown the terms and conditions section and so on. Okay, so I've shown the legal notice, and then in the user sidebar, I'll say that just show the legal notice section if it's selected. Okay, yes. So very same. So I'll say that if somebody has selected the legal notice, so legal notice page will open up from here. Okay, so I'll say that if active page equals legal notice, it will be highlighted, else it will won't be highlighted. And if I click on this, it will open the legal notice section. Okay, so now in user profile section, I'll say that if somebody has active page equals legal notice. Okay, then I'll be showing the legal notice section. Legal notice section. Okay, that's it. Let's see. So if I visit my page, if I click on legal notice, you can see that I'm getting the legal notice section. Okay, so now in the legal notice section, very simple. I'll be just creating a container. I'll just give it a class name of legal notice. Okay, and here you can say that first of all it will be having some heading. Okay, so legal notice, and it will have some heading legal notice, and I want things in center, so I'll be changing that later on. And then I'll be having some paragraph. Okay, some paragraph, so I'll say that my paragraph will be also having some heading. Okay, having some heading and some paragraph. Okay, some paragraph. So paragraph will be I guess lorem won't work, so I'll be just choosing some random paragraph, lorem 500. Okay, lorem 500. Okay, so you can copy any paragraph if you want. Okay, lorem ipsum. Copy and paste it here. Okay, paste it here and close this. Okay, so I'll be just copying this again and again because I don't need to waste my time on this section. because you can create your own section like this. Okay, so here you can see that I have a few sections here. Okay, so you can create your own data and pass it here. Okay, but right now I'm just passing some dummy data, and let's make it 2, let's make it 3, and let's make it 4. Okay, so now we'll be working on the CSS part. So I'll say legal notice dot CSS. Okay, import the CSS. I'll say that the legal notice will be taking width 100%, height 100, display will be flex, flex section will be column, everything will be in center. Okay, so here you can see that the heading is now in center. Similarly, I'll say that the legal notice in will be having some margin. Okay, 20 pixel. Okay, let's save it so you can see that it has some margin. And also I'll say that the head h1 tag inside the legal, okay, h2 tag inside the legal notice in will be having some random style. Okay, some random style, so you can see that yeah, it has some style. I actually want to make it 17 pixel. Okay, 17 pixel. Here you can see that it has 17 pixel. I want 10 pixel of margin bottom. Okay, fine. And let's make it 20 pixel. Okay, 20 pixel, so you can see yeah, it's fine. And then I can say that similarly I want the p tag. So p tag is something like this. So you can see that the legal notice section is also completed, and you can pass your own data like this. Okay, so you can see that all the user profile sections are now completed. It took me 2 days to complete it, but yeah, all the sections are completed. Okay, obviously you can build inner pages, like if you click on view, you can view the invoice of that product. Okay, so you can create your own invoice, yeah, or PDF or something like that, and you can embed that link here. Okay, so that's it, and I hope you understood this. So if you have any doubts, you can definitely ask me anytime in any of my videos. I'll be just uploading this code on GitHub first. So I'll say that git add, git commit, and git push. Okay, so now today's source code is uploaded on GitHub, and I'll take you to my GitHub profile. Okay, so you just need to visit github.com/virajj014. This is my GitHub profile. You can follow me here. We are about to complete 200 followers. Okay, so please follow me here, and in the repository section we have this fit grocery. Okay, it's not updated, I guess. What's the issue? Yeah, it's updated. You can see that it's updated. Okay, so you just need to visit this fit grocery repository, and your code will be visible. My code will be visible. And if you want to search directly, you can search fit grocery from here, or else you can also mark it as a star. If you don't find this in future, you can search fit grocery here. Okay, so I hope you got the source code. And before ending the session, in the description, you will find the link of a full stack development course by Geeks for Geeks. Okay, so you can visit that link, and it will take you to a course, and that's a paid course. Okay, you'll learn everything from basic to advanced in reactjs and node.js full stack development. Okay, so do check out this course, and if you want to purchase it, then you can. And in next video we'll be covering the next sessions. Okay, so that's it for today, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, see you, have a good day. Bye bye.